Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by Apex Irons from Callaway.
Hello and welcome into this Golf Central special. I'm Cara alongside Brandel, Chamblee, and we've got some pretty good golf going on this week. A major championship, of course, at the AIG Women's Open is one of the big events. So let's start there, and we'll show you how the leaderboard looks at the halfway stage. This through 36 holes. The lead is shared by the 2018 champion Georgia Hall and American Mina Harrogate, who is having herself a heck of a resurgent year. Yesterday, the biggest story was, well, Nelly Korda, the world #1 and reigning Olympic gold medalist. You can see she dropped off of that first page of the leaderboard today. Let's hear what she had to say after her second round.
I just wasn't putting well, honestly. Putts weren't dropping. The afternoon, the greens got a little bumpy, and unfortunately, I was on the wrong side of those bumps. So they were constantly missing, but you know, it's golf. Everyone keeps talking about how I'm playing so well, but I'm gonna shoot bad scores. You know, I'm human, so just a little punch of reality that I'm human, and I'm gonna continue working these next 2 days and see how it goes. I don't think I hit it that bad. The only thing I kind of struggled on was just making those putts and kind of getting it close. You know, I was on the greens, but I still had 20-footers, and it was kind of hard. So it's definitely very important to keep yourself in it when, you know, you don't have your A game. 17 is a really difficult hole. You know, today I had 5-iron off the tee and 5-iron in, so it's a long hole, and it's crazy to think I'm 2 under so far in that hole. But that's just golf. It's funny, but it's definitely a good momentum boost that I can still know I can make some putts. That was nice. But other than that, you know, still got a lot of work ahead of myself.
So, yes, she is human, Brandel. She's dropped out of the top 10. She's tied 12th now, 4 under for the championship after a slower day by her standards. And I think she just alluded to the fact that, you know, she does realise all this pressure and talk that comes of her good play, and it has to get to you sometimes, you would think.
Yeah, it's hard not to. She raises our expectations. You see her golf swing. It's not often you see somebody come along that has power, that has accuracy, that has every element of the game. So you start to talk in that direction. Annika was like that. Lorena Ochoa was like that. So, yes, she certainly raised our expectations. Even though today she shot 73, she knows she played well. She still hit a number of good shots. It just didn't work out that they ended up as close as they needed to be. She made a few mistakes and paid the price for those and didn't putt brilliantly. But it would surprise nobody if she went out there tomorrow, shot something perhaps 65, 66. It surprised nobody, but she's only 3 back. She's got all the time in the world to make up those 3 shots over the weekend.
And she has already had a career year, her first major championship, that gold medal in Tokyo. So we will look forward to the third round of the AIG Women's Open from Carnoustie in Scotland on Saturday. Meanwhile, it is the first leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs on the PGA Tour this week, and here are how things look at the halfway stage of the Northern Trust. Jon Rahm held on to his lead that he did share with Justin Thomas overnight after the two opened with rounds of 63 yesterday. With a 67 today, Jon Rahm maintains a slight advantage over Tony Finau, who had a great day with a 64 that included a bogey at the last. And just a word for Xander Schauffele and Jordan Spieth, who both went around in just 62 strokes today. So let's hear from some of those names on the leaderboard.
Nothing really changed. I started hitting better shots. I mean, I think I don't know. I had no club face control. I was starting at left, starting at right. I definitely missed more left than right, but I didn't feel like I was going to hit bad shots. Every time I looked up, the ball was never where I wanted it to be, and I wasn't hitting everything solid, having a lot of curve on some shots. So it just was frustrating because I felt like for as good as I felt over it and as good as I hit it yesterday, I just couldn't really execute. But as terrible as I drove it today, to step up on 5 and hit that 3-wood like I did probably gave me a little bit of confidence, and then making birdie. And I knew I had some scoring chances coming in with 6 and 8. Obviously, making an eagle on 8 and birdie in 7 was a steal, but it was nice to cap off a good day.
It's nice to be bogey-free, but it's not like it's goal #1, right? So it might be actually the first time I go 36 holes bogey-free. The goal is to win a tournament and, to put yourself in the best position, right? So I'm better. If I had to choose, rather be leading than bogey-free.
What are you most pleased with through 36 holes this week in your game?
I think I would say the way I've kept my composure. I've definitely believe it or not, hit my fair share of bad shots today. There was 2 of them, second on 16 and the second on 3. 2 shots where I have a wedge in hand and I'm missing the green. I'm leaving myself a really tough up and down. I was able to make good putts for par. And much like yesterday, I was able to save a couple of good ones. So, you know, just accepting that I can miss shots, I guess. That's the best way to explain it, is what happens here. You know, you get a little too greedy, miss the green, and you're going to have a tougher up and down. And I've been able to save those so far. But, you know, coming to the weekend, I'm definitely going to have to clean a couple of those mistakes up.
Yeah, just try and learn. You know, I've learned a lot. I feel like being in this position before, not talking about the Ryder Cup, just in general, at the top of the leaderboard with 36 holes to play. My game's in a good place. You know, every opportunity is different. You know, even though some may feel the same, it's a new opportunity. I've got to approach it as that, and the game's in a good place with 36 holes to go, and it's a golf course that's going to be receptive. So, you know, guys are going to go low. You know, so you know I've got off to a great start, but I'm going to have to continue to make birdies if I'm going to win this golf tournament.
How motivated are you to go out and get that next win so you can stop hearing about wins from idiots like us?
Yeah, I mean, I'm motivated to win. I think whatever else comes with that, and you guys can stop talking about whatever comes with it. You know, it comes with it. To me, I'm more motivated to win. I've worked extremely hard on my body, my mind. You know, I've done a lot of work on myself to just be better and try to be a better person, be a better golfer. So I feel like I've accomplished some of those things, and hopefully, you know, getting a W, I think just for myself to feel accomplished would be a great thing.
I have to say, he has a winning attitude alone. It is so impressive to hear Tony Finau. He's always having to answer the questions of why aren't you winning, and do you choke, and can't you close? And, you know, he's got 7 top 10s this season so far. And, well, looks set to get another one, and we'll see if it comes to a victory. But, look, Jon Rahm's the guy on top, and he has proven so far this year, Brandel, he's pretty hard to beat.
Like, he almost never plays bad. You know, he's only missed 5 fairways and 7 greens in 36 holes. I mean, he almost... I know he could only think of 2 shots that he missed, you know, really. You know, he's the least likely to play poorly over the weekend and the most likely to stretch the lead out. You know, he leads the field in strokes gained tee to green. He leads the tour in so many different aspects. But I felt like it looked like him winning a major was inevitable, but they never are. I mean, there's only 4 of them a year, but he's so good that he can win tournaments and majors going forward with less than his best stuff. And it's not often that someone comes along that you can say that about them. So he doesn't have to play his best to win over the next couple of days. But if he does, no one's going to catch him.
Well, and it's kind of incredible to think that all this comes with a couple of chances potentially robbed from him this year. We all know what happened at the Memorial. He was arriving in Tokyo as the out-and-out favourite for the Olympic Games and had that opportunity taken away from him as well. If someone is going to challenge him, who is the biggest threat?
Look, I'm a big fan of Tony Finau. He plays a little tight on Sundays. The hole gets a little smaller for him on Sundays. At some point, he will get over that hurdle, and you would like to think it would give him the confidence to go on to play to the best of his ability. He is a world-class player with only 1 win on the PGA Tour. I can't ever recall saying that about any other player. But beyond that, it's Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas got off to a sort of a squirrely start, but then turned things around and played very much like he did in round number 1 on his back 9 today. I expect that to continue, especially if the greens are soft and the weather stays to the east. Scoring conditions are going to be ideal, and Justin Thomas can do amazing things.
Of course, the weather could be a big factor this weekend, of course, at the Northern Trust. We will track that as well. And thank you for watching our coverage on Golf Central.